What's going on, YouTube? Today I'm here to show you how to do front brakes on a 2015 Porsche Macan. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Anyways, enough talk. Let's get started. Now, if you get these parts from Porsche, they're going to try to sell you everything. They're going to try to sell you the clips, the bolts. They're going to try to sell you the wear sensor, everything. Now, the wear sensor you can usually reuse as long as it didn't penetrate, but I caught these about 1 millimeter away from penetrating. So we're going to attempt to reuse the sensor, because that's going to save you probably another 20 or 30 bucks, probably another 75 total for 2 sensors, because they got them on both sides, and another probably $200 on clips and bolts that you don't need either. Here we go. First thing you're going to need a triple square. I got a whole set. It's going to be a 14 millimeter triple square. We're going to swing the wheel out so we can work with it. You're going to want to disconnect the sensor so you don't stress the wire. Just like that. Now this thing, and on the other side you're going to push in the tab and unplug it. Take you a little pry bar, screwdriver. Let me get something a little bit thinner. Pardon the mess. It's been a busy day. Saturday. It's my hump day. Last day of the week. Gotta make my money. You twist it clockwise and pull out on it. Now it's freed up. Next thing you're gonna do is pop these clips out. They're in there pretty good, so just be careful you don't snap your finger up. Set those to the side. Same with the bottom one. Set those to the side. Now we're going to go ahead and push these pistons back to make room for the new pads. Once you get this one side pushed back real good, top and bottom, get in the middle without hitting the sensor if you're not changing it. Now we're going to work the other side. Give this one enough room to be able to fit your screwdriver in there. Alright, now on the other side, we're just going to push out, because as you're pushing one side in, the other side's going to try to come out. So hold that one all the way back while pushing that one back, and once they won't go no more, you're good. Now we're going to take these 14 millimeter bolts out, and they're in there pretty tight. Now, got my trusty gun. Just going to loosen them because not enough room. Might be on that top one. And if you put it to an angle, yeah, don't want to mess it up. So take my ratchet to get the bottom one the rest of the way out, unless you want to spin it by hand. It's pretty long. There you go. Pull those out. Set them aside. Lay your caliper down. Pull out your pads. The inner pad's got the sensor on it. Go ahead and throw that away. Now, let's get that sensor out without breaking it, because it hasn't hit it yet. Just keep working it back and forth. There you go, just like that. Throw that away. Now it doesn't matter which way you put these pads. It doesn't have an inner and outer on this one. Clip that in, like that. And remember, goes on the inside. It's going to be towards the back. Feed your wire through the hole right there. Oops. Fell out. The clip fell out, that's what happened. Alright, just like that. It's a pretty tight fit. There we go. Now you're going to slide your pads on these little holes right here. Like that. Get your other pad, same way. Just like that. Now we're going to change our rotor. Now you don't have to change your rotors either if you don't want to, but if they're shaking real bad, or they got a big lip on the edge of them, I suggest you shake them because you'll probably have pulsation, or change them, shake them, change them because you'll probably have pulsation. Next you're going to want the T30 Torx bit socket. Take this center bolt out right here. And a lot of times these rotors will be stuck, so I'm going to start a nut. That way it don't fall on my foot, because it doesn't have studs on it like most rotors. Hold that from vibration. Give it a couple good smacks like that. Take your new rotor, match it up. Looks good to me. Clock it to where you can put your bolt back in it. Because trying to put your caliper back on without that bolt back in there is a real biatch. You know what I'm saying? Biatch. Hand start it. And when you try to put your wheel on too, the rotor will keep spinning. It won't be lined up with the studs. Tighten it down a little bit. Hit your rotor a little bit to get the seat. Tighten it down one more time. Alright, now we're going to slide our caliper back on. Like that. And grab your bolts. Start them by hand. As always, start your bolts by hand. I know I say that in all my videos, but I've been traumatized by stripped out bolts. Especially on a Saturday at almost 4 o'clock, and I get off in an hour. You don't need no mistakes slowing me down, keeping me here late. And if the car don't leave, you don't get paid. And if you mess up bad enough, you'll be spending money. And this is a Porsche, so I don't need to say no more. I'm going to do a final tightening. Get it in here. Nice and snug. Just like that. Now if you want to, you can go ahead and take your wire. Put it in that hole right there. Reverse procedure. You want to go in that groove. Let me give you some light. A little groove right there. Push it up. Spin it till it clicks in that little hole right there. That little hole right there. Go ahead and plug it back in, just like that. Now you're going to take it and put it right there on that bleeder screw, rubber grommet. That's secured. Put on that. Now the clips, I'll show you a trick. These are tight. Put the bottom in first. Take your little pry bar, put it on the top. Take your hammer. And while pushing back and hammering at the same time, boom, goes right in. Same for the bottom. Bottom first. Now if you bend it too much, you can pull it back out. A little too hard on that one. Hammer it back straight, just like that. Let's try this again. These clips are pretty forgiving. You might be able to use your hand too if you've got strong hands. Boom, just like that. Now, if it still feels kind of loose, you take your hammer, hit it like that. We'll spread it while it's in there. There you go, nice and tight. That just keeps the pads from rattling around. That's what that does. And you're good. There's no light to reset because it didn't penetrate the sensor yet, so the light shouldn't be on. I don't think I need to show you how to put the wheel back on. If I do, you probably don't need to be trying to do your own brakes. But anyways, I hope you like this video. Y'all please check like and subscribe. Have a good day. Peace out, YouTube.